Hello and welcome you once again in this new session of history. As you know, in our last session, we were studying about the topic the Mesopotamian civilization. In that topic, we have learned about what is the Mesopotamian civilization, what is the meaning of the Mesopotamia, the two rivers which flow between the Mesopotamia, what were their main culture, four main cultures were there Sumerian, Akkad, Babylonian, and Assyrian, their important cities, their important rulers, what was their social life. Now, from today's session, we are going to read about the Hammurabi's Code of Law. So, now let's start today's session with Hammurabi's Code of Law. In Mesopotamia, law codes regulated every aspect of life. The most famous of these codes is the Code of Hammurabi. This code was formulated by Hammurabi, the ruler of Babylonia, in 1780 BCE. Starting as a ruler of the small city of Babylon, Hammurabi built the empire of Babylonia. Babylonia means the gateway of God. So, in Mesopotamia, they believe in the law and that laws were have their codes. The most important code of law was the Code of Hammurabi. Hammurabi was the ruler of Babylonia. He started his establishment in 1780 BCE with a very small city known as Babylon. And later on, he built up a huge empire of Babylonia. The Babylonia means the gateway of God, the path where the gate from where you can reach to the God. The Code of Hammurabi dealt with the various facets of life such as wages, interest rates, theft, marriage, divorce, adoptions, and military duty. The code contained 282 laws. The code brought about a culture of strict justice in Mesopotamia. Severe penalties were awarded to criminals and negligent public officials. The penalties varied according to the social class of the convict. The stele on which the Code of Hammurabi is written is kept in a Louvre museum in Paris. So, Hammurabi, a great ruler of Babylonia, he made this Code of Hammurabi laws. He made a laws for wages, interest rates, theft, marriage, divorce, adoption of military duties. In all total, he made 282 laws in this code. And this code brought about a cultural how strict justice was there in Mesopotamia. There were the penalties were different according to the social class of the convict. And these stele means an a stone slab. This is stele, top portion of the stele of Hammurabi's Code of Law. Hammurabi is receiving the law of God from sun god Shamash. So this is being kept in a Louvre museum in Paris. Now we will see their economic life. Economic life first is agriculture. As you know that every civilization was dependent on agriculture. So agriculture was the prime occupation of every civilization and it was a prime occupation of the people of Mesopotamia also. Mesopotamian people built dams, canals, dikes to control the flood of rivers. for the irrigation of the crops. So they used to build to store the flood water in dam, canals and dikes. They also introduced the plough system, which made the irrigation very easy. The main crops were wheat, barley, sesame, flax and various fruits. Some vegetables also they used to grow. People also raise livestock. They have a livestock like a farmhouse, farming the cattle, a sheep, cows, goats, everything. They used to trade also. So what was their trade? As started earlier, temples were the center of the economic activities in Mesopotamia. Every economic activities, including trade, was controlled by the temple priest. Farmers also used to bring their produce to the temple. So, as we see that the temple was the main ziggurats. It was the central activities. So, temple was the central activities for the economic cultures. Even the farmers they also bring their producing goods to the temple, and the priest was the main head for the economic activities. Mesopotamia had extensive trade with the rest of the Asian Western Asia like Ur, a city state in Sumer. So the Ur, the city state in Sumer was the main business center. From there where they used to trade their business in the Western Asia. The Tigris and the Euphrates rivers made it easy to transport goods by boats and trade. So the Tigris and the Euphrates were the two main rivers, and they made the transport of the goods very easy by boat and for the trade. The invention of the wheel by the Sumerians also revolutionized transport over land. Sumerians they invented the wheels, and as soon as they invented the wheels, they started to transport their goods on the land. On they made a road, and on from road they make a bullock cart, and from there they used to import their goods. The Mesopotamians imported timber, stone, and metals, and they export food grains, cereals, and the Mesopotamian use the barter system of trade. The barter system means to exchange the goods against the goods. Suppose you have a rice, but you don't have pulses. Another person, he has the pulses, but he don't have a rice. So you have a rice, so you will give the rice to the person who has the pulses, and in exchange he will give you a quantity of pulses which you required. So this is a barter system, to exchange a good from a good without taking any money. Only you can exchange the goods against the goods. Now what was their art and craft? The Sumerian developed a writing primarily for keeping the record for their trade. The excavated tablet of their writing had transaction of daily life like the count of cattle kept by herdsmen, production figures, list of taxes, accounts, contract, etc. So Sumerian they started a writing system, and that writing system was on a tablet, a clay tablet. Those tablets were basically used by the herdsmen. They used to count their cattle. Taxes, list of taxes were made, account was controlled, and some contracts were there. So lots of seals have been found. In that seals we see that the cattle herdmen used for the cattle, We have found the list of taxmen, taxes, account books was there. Everything was written on a clay tablet. In Mesopotamia, not everyone learned to read and write. Only boys chosen by the priest became scribes. These boys began to study at the age of 8 and finished their studies when they turned 20. So in Mesopotamia, everyone was not allowed to study. Uh, Priests used to, the head priest, they used to choose the boys, and they were given a professional study by these priests. These boys start their studies at the age of 8 and till they turn 20 they finished their studies. Initially the Sumerian language was in the form of word picture that was drawn on a wet clay tablets using a reed stylus. Initially Sumerian's language was written in a wood picture, in a drawing form, and that was drawn by a stylus. Stylus means like a pen, and it's a pen which was made by the metal or by the bones. And this type of script was called cuneiform. In Latin, word cunei means wedge. See, this is cuneiform. Cuneiform was written from right to left, like we write in Urdu today. So their writing system was like a Urdu. In a modern time, Urdu used to being write by from right to left. We usually write from left to right, but in Urdu, the script is being written by from right to left. So in the cuneiform also they used to write their indication from right to left. See, this is the inscription of Sumerian cuneiform, belong to the 26th century BCE. Now what is cylinder seal? The Mesopotamians also developed a cylinder seals which were 5 inches in height. Different types of images were engraved on these stone seals. These images were reproduced by rolling the cylinder over a wet clay. See, this is a cylinder seal. They are almost of 5 inches in height. They have a different shape. Every figure has a different shape. See. And these were made on a stone seals. Architecture. The architecture excellence of the Mesopotamians reflects in their monumental buildings such as temples and ziggurats. The Mesopotamians were the first to introduce arches, domes, columns, and walls in their buildings. Most of the buildings in Mesopotamia were made of baked and mud bricks. An architectural wonder of Mesopotamia is the Hanging Garden of Babylon. So, in the architectural also, they were very much developed, especially their monuments building like temples and ziggurats, and their most famous architect is the Hanging Garden of Babylon. And they were the first who introduced arches, domes, columns, and vaults in the building. Now we will read about the science. It was much developed by the Mesopotamian. First, in a science, it was astronomy and mathematics. The Mesopotamians were very much interested in mathematics and astronomy. They built observatories on the ziggurats Among notable observatories was the one of Ziggurat, Etemenanki in Babylon. So Mesopotamians were very much interested in mathematics. They have a great interest in astronomy. They built observatory. Observatory means a place or a building used to observe the planet and stars. As in the modern time we have a planetarium. In those days it was called as an observatory. From there, where they used to observe the planets and the stars. And one of the most notable observatory was Ziggurat Etemenanki in Babylon. The Mesopotamians worked out for a 12-month calendar based on the cycle of the moon. They made a calendar of 12 months, and that was based on the cycle of the moon. In their calendar, a week had a 7 days. They also had a calendar in which 7 days a week was shown. They divided the year into two seasons, summers and winter. They could also foretell eclipse. So they made a calendar with 7 days a week, 12-month calendar it was, with two seasons, summers and winter. Even they used to forecast about the eclipse. The Mesopotamian used a numeral system that is origin of 60 minutes hour or 24 hours a day. So Mesopotamians have started this numerical system of calculation of the clock. 60 minutes. 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes and are 24 hours a day. And they divided a circle into 360 degree. They even knew the multiplication and division. Now education. The Mesopotamians made efforts to the spread education. There was a big library at Tello in Sumeria that housed over 30,000 tablets. So there was a library at Tello in Sumeria, and around 30,000 of tablets have been found from Tello. Among the stories and the epics of Mesopotamia, the epic of Gilgamesh is the most popular. Their most famous epic is Epic of Gilgamesh. Is the most popular. Gilgamesh was the king of Uruk in Babylonia. He lived around 2700 BCE. In the epic, Gilgamesh is presented as a superhuman. So in the Gilgamesh it has been, the king was presented as a superhuman. If we look at the accomplishment of the Mesopotamian people, they contributed a lot of putting the ancient man on the path of rapid progress. Undoubtedly, we are indebted to the people of Mesopotamia. So in all we can see that Mesopotamian people were very much intelligent. They have put a lots of contribution for us to move on a path of a rapid progress. Now every civilization has their decline also. So Mesopotamian civilization was also declined. The reason was, it is said that Sumerian civilization ceased to exist by 2000 BCE. There was overcrowding in the cities which led to the major pollution problem. It is said that either they had ceased by 2000 BCE. Some says that there was an overcrowding in the cities which make a pollution problem. Lack of indoor toilets and improper garbage disposal led a containment water and frequent epidemics. So indoor toilets were not there, improper garbage system was there. So there was a huge pollution. So people began to die and they left that place. Some says that irrigation techniques were also a major reason. When irrigation water was allowed to evaporate in the field, it left behind a mineral salt which became highly poisonous for the plant. It is said that when water used to evaporate, it left a lots of salt in the field. The rivers were higher than the surrounding plains, so water flowed into the field, damaged the soil. As it has been said that river was in a higher position than the plain land. So whenever there is a rain, it causes a flood and it damages the soil. And most vital is the war. Wars were also responsible for the decline in the in 2000 BCE. The last Sumerian ruler was defeated. There was a period of chaos till 1900 BCE when the Amorites captured the region and set up their rule. So it is said that by 1900 BCE, the last ruler of Sumerian was defeated, and in 1900 BCE, Amorites captured the region and they set up their rule. So as you have seen that in the last two sessions we have read about the Mesopotamian civilization, where we have seen about the agriculture, their main occupation, how they carried the trade by boats from Tigris and Euphrates rivers. They invented the wheel also to revolutionize their transport through the land. They has a special type of script, wedge shaped script. It was known as cuneiform. They had made a 12-month calendar based on a cycle of the moon. They had said us about the 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes with a 365 days a year. We have learned about some of their social life. They have a main three classes of social life: upper, middle and lower. Religions, they had believe in the god and goddesses like Enlil, Enkai and Utu, Nana, Nihasaga. Their temples were known as ziggurats. So all these we have learned and studied in this lesson. So I hope now you have understand about this Mesopotamian civilization. So in the last two sessions, we have studied about the Mesopotamian civilization. So read this carefully, listen this video, see this video very carefully. We will once again meet in our next session with a new chapter, a new lesson of history. So till then, take care and have a nice time.